It's day 24 and I'm doing the road walk to the post office, a 1.9 mile walk, and at least some of it's on residential roads, so it's not the worst thing. Viva Las Vegas! Here's the deal with the hiker box. So I get to the post office. It takes the woman a really long time to find the package. Turns out it was in the mail that was going to be returned because the hotel doesn't have a mailbox, so the post office won't deliver there. And so normally I have a friend named Brian who doesn't have a mailbox, so he has to pick it up, his mail up at the post office, and he does that just to kind of stick it to the post office, and that's all well and good. But if you're a hotel, you probably want to have some way of having mail delivered to you. Just a suggestion. So apparently it's happened a lot of times where hiker boxes have been returned to the sender because they can't be delivered there, and the post office won't hold it if it's not addressed to the post office. So for me, my package ended up being safe and I got it. But for anyone else staying at the Rest Motel, maybe don't get your package delivered there. Have the post office hold on to it for you, or even better, stay somewhere else. Alright, I'm back at the trailhead on day 24. I just got dropped off. Had to beg the hotel for a ride, but I managed to do it. It's unfortunately getting a very late start today. It's 11:15. So I am not going to be doing a 21-mile day like I had planned. I'm probably instead gonna do something like a 10-mile day to Stratton Pond. So I had talked to the lady at the hotel about the post office situation. Apparently she had no idea that was why they weren't getting any mail delivered. You'd think if you removed your mailbox that, you know, maybe that would explain it. But yeah, they had removed their mailbox and they didn't know why they weren't getting mail. So yeah, but now they know. And so if you make a reservation there, they should tell you, hey, we can't actually receive your package. So just telling you right now, that's what they should say. One of my friends thought it would be good for people to know that as my videos have been coming out, I'm still on the trail. So when you're watching this now, I probably will be off the trail, but while I'm recording this, videos 1 through 4 have already been posted, and video 5 is scheduled to post on Thursday, which is my projected day of finishing the LT. So there will be a few more videos after that that will come out after I finish the LT. So again, as you're watching this now, I've probably already finished it. So yay me! This is Prospect Rock. It's supposed to have a nice view of Manchester. Well, I see trees. Oh, okay. Yeah. There's some haze in the air today. I think it, well, it's either clouds or it's haze from the wildfires out west, but you would be able to see Manchester out there. A lot of the trail today has been pretty easy and flat, a little bit of uphill, but nothing too crazy. It's been a good day to make up some miles, although it's unfortunate that I got such a late start today, so I won't be doing quite as many as I wanted to. But the good news is I'll be able to camp at a Stratton Pond, which looks like a really nice place to camp. And it has, of course, a pond for swimming. So that should be fun. So AT Thru hiker just came by on his way north and said, 4 days in Vermont, I'm not having fun. Wow. I don't know. Maybe it's just real bad down south, but other than like the days when it like poured rain, I think this has been a really nice trip. Just so many things to see. Or maybe the rest of the AT is just that much better. I don't know. I think it's been really beautiful in Vermont. I think we just got an unusually wet July. Doesn't spoil it for me though. Entering the Wilderness, passed by another, I'm assuming AT Thru hiker, who was complaining about the mud. Did not seem happy at all. So I guess I will have some mud ahead of me, at least. Another northbounder told me that this was the worst section of Vermont that she'd been in. So maybe the mud gets better after today. That would be good. It's nice to get out of the mud even for a minute. The way to the shelter has been very slow going, mostly due to the muddy terrain. Trying to avoid getting my shoes muddy. It's taking longer than I expected to get there. Interesting tree. Leaving the Wilderness. Got about 0.4 to go to the shelter. Reached the pond, Stratton Pond. Pretty so far. This is looking pretty similar to the walk along Little Rock Pond, how the trail goes right by it. Look at that. Beautiful.
Wearing your shoes? Yeah.
This looks very familiar.
Being on the rocks, yeah.
Made it to Stratton Pond Shelter. This is Stratton Pond. Just took a dip. The water was perfect. feel nice and refreshed. So I only hiked 10.5 miles today, which puts me about 10 miles behind what I wanted to be at tonight. So I'm gonna have to put down some more miles tomorrow to make it up. We're also supposed to get some rain tomorrow, starting around 2. So I want to get an early start and try to make it close to where I want to be before that rain starts. Yeah, I don't know. I have 43.9 miles to go to get to the Massachusetts-Vermont border, and then a few more miles after that to get to where I'm getting picked up. So all in all, close to 50 miles to complete in only 3 hiking days. So it's going to be a bit tough. All right, setting out on day 25. I've got a big day today. I've got 16.6 miles to hike. I've got 2 peaks to climb, Stratton Mountain, Glastonbury Mountain, and it's 7:36. So I'm getting a decent start to the day. So hoping I can make up those miles. Should be getting some good views on Stratton Mountain as well, which I'm excited about. It's making my way up Stratton Mountain, getting pretty close to the summit now. There's been less mud, more rocks, which is good because yesterday was pretty tough with all the mud. And I'm maintaining a really good speed. I'm going about a little bit over 2 miles an hour, which is really good considering just the steepness of this climb. It's not like super steep, but it's like very steady up. And I've been keeping a really good pace because my legs are nice and fresh. I'm getting a good sleep. The 2 guys that are hiking in front of me saw a couple bears on this mountain, and so I've just been making a lot of noise, doing a lot of talking and singing and making noise with my poles and stuff, just to avoid taking any bears by surprise. So I haven't seen anything. I probably won't, since I'm getting very close to the top already. Really excited for the view up there. It looks like a really nice, sunny, clear day right now. I know it's going to change this afternoon, and we're supposed to, there's a chance of rain, like a 30%, 40% chance of rain today. Which probably means it is going to rain. And probably all day and all night. So I'm glad I'm getting an early start, getting a view at the top of this mountain. Wow. All right. I made it to the summit. It's awesome. Oh. There it is, there's a fire tower. Oh, it's skinnier than I pictured it. Oh. All right, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna climb this fire tower. I am afraid of heights, but I always make it a point to climb every fire tower as long as weather conditions will allow. Which today is a beautiful clear day, so no excuses. I made it. It's smaller in here than I expected. So we have Equinox Mountain out to the west. Oh, it's windy out there all of a sudden. kind of hazy. I wonder if it's from the smoke from the west wildfires again. So this is considered the birthplace of the Long Trail and the Appalachian Trail. This is where they came up with the idea for it, the people that thought it up. And so basically, if you didn't have this fire tower, you would not have an Appalachian Trail. So that's pretty cool. And here I am, I'm in it. Cool. I found the bottom of a shoe. Made it to the base, Stratton Mountain, Kelly Stand Road. It's a water cache here. Nice stealth campsite on the Black Brook. So something weird happened with the mileage on Gut Hook. Last night it was telling me Glastonbury Mountain was only 16.6, but I got on top of Stratton Mountain and it was still saying 16.3 from there. So I don't think I'm gonna make it to Glastonbury Mountain tonight. I will probably instead be camping at Kid Gore Shelter, which is actually 16 miles from where I started. The mud through this section has been pretty bad. Just stopped for a break at Story Spring Shelter, and it's 2:47, so I should be able to make it to Kid Gore Shelter at a reasonable time. I have another 4.6 miles to go. Didn't sound like the trail was gonna be that bad, so just a lot of little ups and downs. No more mountains today. Yeah, just feeling tired. My feet are kind of sore, but I need to put down some miles. I've only hiked 10.5 miles today, and before today is done, I will have hiked 15. So I'm starting to feel it. Passing by a nice little beaver bog. Beaver Dam. I'm about a mile from the shelter, and it's been drizzling rain and there's been rumblings of thunder, so I'm just trying to get down to the shelter as fast as I can. Kid Gore Shelter. There's bear boxes here. That's good. I made it to the Kid Gore Shelter at about 5:30 after hiking 15 miles. A bit worried about finishing on time on Thursday. I have still a lot of miles to make up, but at the same time, my body has its limits. So it's still been somewhat muddy, rocky, lots of ups and downs on the trail. Not quite as easy as other people would make you think. So, anyways, that's the end of day 25. Starting out on day 26 from Kid Gore Shelter. It is 8:10. Hoping to make it at least 14 miles today, so I can stay on track for finishing on Thursday. Basically gonna just see how far I get. But today I'm starting with a climb up to Glastonbury Mountain. Eventually, it's going to be in 4 miles. It'll be my last summit, mountain summit. I don't want to jinx myself, but the trail has been drier this first half mile out of camp. So that's good. I see it. See the fire tower. Wasn't expecting it to be just like in the middle of the woods like this. I thought there'd be some kind of clearing, but I'm on the last mountain of the LT. It's gonna be all little ups and downs from here, hills. Definitely looks like people camp here. Oh man. Oh, am I gonna do it? Am I gonna climb that? We'll see. Alright, I'm gonna do it. Made it to the top. Wow. Oh, I got a much better view today than the other day on Stratton Mountain. Wow. Oh, this is beautiful. It's pretty small up here. I've read that people camp in here. You could maybe fit 2 people in here, but these windows are open to the air, so it's probably pretty chilly. Oh, wow. This is so nice. Huh. This is Goddard Shelter, just down from the peak of Glastonbury. Looks like a pretty nice shelter. While I was on Glastonbury Mountain, I ran into an AT northbounder named Truck Stop, and he's named that because last year he was going to hike the AT and a truck hit him and stopped him from being able to do that. So he had all of these injuries, and he was told that he was never going to walk again. So I thought that was really cool story, because this year he was able to make it up this far, at least so far, and in spite of what happened, I mean, the fact that he's able to walk, let alone do the through hike. It's pretty incredible. So thought that was a pretty inspiring story. Glastonbury Wilderness. All right. So ways down has been not too bad. It's patches of mud, but nothing too wet. And ground seems pretty forgiving. And the weather today is beautiful. Very thankful for that. It's a little pond lookout. I'm at mile 250.7, which according to Guthook, I'm exactly 20 miles away from the Massachusetts border. So that's pretty exciting. This is the Porcupine Lookout. I just took a little break here, ate lunch. Got about 4.4 miles to go. This would be a really nice stealth campsite a little bit south of Porcupine Lookout. Right off the trail. This would be another really nice tent site, stealth site. Space for hammocks. It's near a water source too. Probably like a mile down from Porcupine Lookout. Leaving Glastonbury Wilderness. Power lines view. This one took me by surprise. This is the Split Rock on the way down to the road here. Getting close to the parking lot. Just ran into a northbounder who said there's trail magic in the parking lot. So I am going to probably set up camp, a stealth site around here, and then I'm gonna go see about the trail magic. I think this looks like home. Yes. And there's a bathroom. Woo! Well, hello. I suppose you're wondering why I'm soaking my feet.
This looks like as good a place as any to cook some turkey dinner by the river, in the forest, on the long trail.
For my last night on trail, I'm reprising my Thanksgiving dinner meal. I also added salt and pepper packets that I've been carrying since J Peak. It's quite tasty. So this stealth camping spot is working out very nicely. The one snag I hit was there wasn't any suitable branches to hang my food from. So you're supposed to hang your food at least 12 feet high and at least 6 feet from the tree, and none of the branches that met that criteria were strong enough. So I ended up hanging my food from the bridge, but I couldn't see any way that a bear could get at it. So
hopefully that's fine, because it didn't really seem like there was any better options around here. So anyways, it's 7:30 and I'm cozying up in my hammock for tonight. I ended up hiking 14.4 miles today. Not as many as I would have liked, but the next portion of the hike would have been a steep scramble up a hill, and the next shelter wasn't for another 4 miles. So I decided to, since it was close to 5:30, I was going to hunker down here, and I'll just have a big mile day tomorrow for my last day. But if I get an early start, it's going to be about 19-mile hike altogether, but I'm hoping that the last part of it will be relatively flat because I'll be just basically walking through town and streets and stuff. So not ideal, but afterward, I'll be home. So, or not home, but my parents' house. So I'll be able to rest and relax and won't have to worry about setting up camp after everything else. So that's about it for day 26, my penultimate day on the long trail and my last night. So good night.